Hello boys and girls, it's Siege Night. However, this siege is slightly different, aside from the fact we're stuck inside a corn. For this reason. That is the fort of Minas Tirith. So, as you can see, we've got a couple of mortars out the front here, but you do also have a nice defensive area. So, you know, good outcroppings here to get the guys up onto so that they can fire down on the area that gets attacked. In through gates, you've got to make your way through this section here. There's the gate control, and then into the main area. So here is, of course, the great big huge section of rock upon which is a diving board. So yeah, you can kind of guess what's going to happen there. And then this, of course, is the main keep up the top. You've got lots of areas. See, look, there's even the White Tree of Gondor, and nearby fountain, and of course the main building. So very nice map, very nice indeed. And let's have a look downstairs to find out what's going on downstairs. Now, obviously, this is into the main citadel area. And you can see them making their way through. Oh my god, this is a veritable puzzle. You see multiple levels of walls to get in. Cadet Poppleton manages to catch a nice explosive cannonball there. So you can see, there we go, there's Thomas out with the mortars. And we're moving into another section here, into the rock. You can see there, straight through the rock, out the other side. Got another mortar on the other side. You've even got the washing. They've had time to do the washing, which I have to say is quite impressive. And let's see what else is going on down here. So more defensive areas. Let's move down to the next area. And you can see this is the outer wall. Quite a thick wall. It's going to be hard to breach, but I wouldn't put it past them. As you can see, plenty members of the 4E Grenadiers making their way in, including Serge. Ito's there, dodging the bullets coming in from the 77Y defenders. Charles Vassar, unfortunately, was unable to avoid that, and lots of fire coming in. There's Temurai doing his usual thing. And this is all the attackers and defenders. So you can see here, the 4E trying to get in there. Now, the trouble is you can't stab down this gate. This gate is not destroyable by melee, so we shall have to wait and see what happens there. So who's that? Oh god, it's Aztir. So he's obviously out there with the pistol, and you can see them all defending this area. This is going to be the main area, and you're going to have a few defenders in here. There we go. There's Green Pills and Sachistan in there as well. I'm not going to fit another one in there. So you can see, nice little defensive area. However, that can be hit by cannonball and reduced into rubble very quickly. So you can see smoke on the outside of the first wall of the fort. And obviously over here, we have cannoneer parts. No doubt there is a friend of his on the opposing side as well, over the far side. Let's have a look. That will be most likely, yes, the evil Temurai, the cannon sniper himself. I think those walls need to be a little bit wider. But let's see. There we go, he was waiting for his opportunity. Cannonball bounces down in between the middle there. Unfortunately, he was unsuccessful, and a group of the line decided to wait behind the barricades smartly. Perhaps not so smart for him, but there's obviously there's Infected from the 7TE, and there's Demon as well. So they're in basically trying to do whatever damage they can to the defenders. Obviously he isn't, so that's Therese there being killed, and you can see all the mortars flying all over the place. Mortars coming in from these guys behind, mortars coming in from the fort. So we're looking at the 60th, Elusive Cam and Helghast, who won't last long if he stands up in the middle of a fight. And we shall look at the Cannoneers of choice. So here are our mighty brave Cannoneers. There is, of course, Mount&Blade from the 37th, complete with an extremely large mortar. That is pretty immense. So, looking over on the other side, let's see who else is on the other side. Doesn't appear to be another Cannoneer. So here is the 4th. So the 4E looking wonderful as usual. And you can see them, there we go, there's Champney in there as well. So these guys essentially taking cover as best they can. One of the guys appears to have a cannonball stuck to his arm. You know, these gloves obviously get sticky in combat. So you can see there, essentially what they're trying to do is take down as much of the wall as they can, rubberise one section, and then they can use that as a direction to get in. So you can see a little bit of damage here on the left corner, but more damage here over on the far left hand side. That will be their route in. As you can see, incoming floating cannon. What? Okay, this is, oh god, there's Aztir. So, you know, there's some, they're up to something. You're up to something. As said earlier, the map is far from done. So, Aztir out there on the diving board. That's quite a drop. And he's scouting out the area. Now, I will be impressed if somebody manages to kill him from there. That will be, I will laugh. I'm sorry. But we shall just have to wait and see. So this is a nice little, I have to say it's a lovely little area to look down upon the defence of the fort. And there we go, there's a breach there on the right hand side. So we're looking at a breach. Oh, there we go, Temurai waiting for the opportunity. Good old Temurai doing his thing again. Slayer boy next to him as well. Ah, lovely stuff indeed, look at this. So this is the first section where it has been rubberised, and in come the French forces. Oh dear, 37-foot Dizzy just gets taken down. In comes Major Joker from the 70E, trying to dodge bullets all over the place. Look at this, cannonballs, bodies, cartridges, guns everywhere. This is hectic stuff. And now the question is, what are they going to do once they get in? Because they've obviously got to make their way down here. There's distinctly possibility they're going to get lost. Now, obviously, what might help is if they get down here and take out this section and raise the gates, they can then make their way in and then get completely lost. So, obviously, we're looking here. See, some of these buildings are burning. So, I'm guessing they will need to get up down the side here and make their way over to the next level of the fort, which will be stairs at the rear. So you've got these stairs which will make it up to this section here, and you've got more cannons obviously there, and then you can move in and go up this section up here, and they will then be into the heart of the fort up high. This has potential to be very amusing. Now the only drawback is I can't see a flag. Oh, Temurai. Oh, Temurai. Dear, oh dear. So there's an evil person down here. Who's this? There's Dirty Morph. Looking very rugged. And with a cannonball stuck to his hand. Again, so he's out there. Now that's obviously a much smaller mortar. Who's this? It is, of course, the rubberized one himself. And we shall wait and see what happens. Now, this is where most of the action's going on. There's this breach here. You've got Temurai all on his own on the far left-hand side, as the French line is making their way up. Now, the trouble is they've got quite a distance to run over the Pelennor fields from probably, I'm guessing, those are the ruins of Esgiliath. Over the River Anduin, possibly? I could be wrong. But I don't know if that's intended to be the ruins of Osgiliath. But we'll just have to wait and see as we watch the... Now this is where it becomes dangerous for them, and it becomes essentially, yeah, that. It's like shooting fish in a barrel for Temerai. This is the kind of stuff that he thrives on. This is the kind of opportunity that he's waiting for, and of course all the cannoneers as well, to drop explosives and cannons right in their faces. So you can hear the war cry of the attacking French as they make their way in. I think, considering the size, and they don't really want to be in the line, not being in formation is acceptable. Now these guys could potentially run into problems from the 60th. They are in a nice line, and that's exactly what Temerai will be waiting for. Bullets flying all over the place. There we go, Dutch taking out a few members there. Explosives, a Swedish Viking being killed by... Oh, there we go. So you can see, look at the corner there of the fort section. That has now been rubberized. So great job there by the 37th, who are the artillery. Now these guys, obviously, they're doing their best to defend. Look at this. This is a horrible place to have to attack as the French army. It's being defended by so many of the Russian team. It's just not looking good. It's getting really hard to get through. You've got cannon over the right, and the cannons to the right of them, and cannons to the left of them. Into the valley of death they rode. Well, they didn't really ride, but you know what I'm saying. So let's see, who's this? Who's this commanding officer? That is Cupcake. So he's looking very officery today. Looking rather Ginger Ninja as well. I wonder if he's a French cousin of young Mr. Aztir. Well, to be honest, based on how quickly he died, I'd say yes, he's definitely related to Aztir. So you can see here the cannon fire coming in. There's the mortar explosions. You can see them going off all over the place. And that's a great name. It's Executioner's Bong. Wonderful name. Wonderful name. And so... Oh, parts. Oh, God. There we go. See, that's the opportunity that Monsieur Parts was waiting for. Everybody in a line, cannonball bounces right in front of them and takes them all out. So, Temerai is teaching his cannoneers well. Opportunistic bastards to a man. So, let's see what they're doing now, because obviously they're doing a lot of damage to this fort, but can they actually breach the defence as Tainted Turnip gets stabbed by Johnny Maverick? Now this cannon, unfortunately, is still in use. Parts has not been dealt with in that respect. You've still got a lot of defenders here. Mr. Blue. And there's obviously Martaxis in there as well. There's Dmitry Ustinov, Slavic, and Damascus. So 65th Colonel Mad Wizard. He's mad. He's a wizard. He's going to slap me in the face with his wand. And he's going to get stabbed in the groin. So that wizard is now mad, as he is just... testicles have now met bayonet. And needless to say... Oh, look at this. Look at this. It's hunting. It's hunting season. And you can see them now pouring up into this rubberized corner of the fort. And oh, there we go, Cadet Benito, unfortunately in front. Look at all these bodies. Loads of fire coming in from the 77Y, doing their best to defend. The 4E are moving up as quickly as they can, and you can see here they're going to have to get in there and do a little bit of stabby. There's Rusty Turban. Is he still up there? Aha! Now there's a French flag up there, so there we go. There is Aztir with the French flag. We're waiting for him to do a triple twist and a nosedive into the unicorn below. And Cadet Romanov stabs another enemy, and stabs one of his teammates at the same time. So equally funny. So you're looking at Mr. Blue here. There's Abercrampy, who is dealing with a little bit of reloading going on. We're looking at Demon from 70E. These guys are trying to move up as quickly as they can, but unless they get a nice hit from a mortar, well, that's not going to help. So Sticky Rubber has been fired out of his cannon. So bad rubber. There we go. There is the team killer of note. Let's just watch the rubberized one as he kills more of his enemy. See, now you can see him adjusting that mortar. These things are going to go high, but not very far. And let's see if we can get an idea of where that's going. So it was tipping forward, so it looks like it's going to be going into the area, possibly the cannons, or where that line is. So here we go. You can see it's starting to fall down now. There we go. See, so he was trying to time it. I think he might have got it a little bit early. Yeah, a little bit early. Oh, parts with a nice thing there. But look at that. If he had fired that maybe 2 seconds later, he would have taken out a large number of attacking French troops. Oh, the 70E. Oh, Cadet Romanov taking down Major Joker. Oh, so much fire coming in from the 77Y. Fantastic stuff being done here. This is a spawn area. So you can see all these guys, they've got quite a run. Now this obviously, the advantage of the defenders here, even though they have limited lives, they've still got a significant distance to run to get to the defensive fort area where everything is going on. So it's by no means certain if you die that they're going to get it in time. And Temurai up to his old tricks again. Let's have a look. 36-0. Shameful. Shameful. So... Ah, Johnny having in a little bit of stabby goodness with First Lieutenant Duke from the 65th. Is he going to go and stab a reloader? He is. Who moves out of the way? Oh, lovely stab, sir. Oh, he gets stabbed in return. It looks like he's trying to deal with the Russian enemy. He's trying to block himself as best he can. 1 down, 2 down. So let's see what's going on. Private English Beef, great name. Oh, look at that. Fight on the battle wall. A fight on the fort walls. Oops-a-daisy. So, poor old Lieutenant Duke killed by Corporal Avior from the 77Y. The Cadet Quick One gets team killed. And Cadet Arn then gets team killed by Scruff. So, it's good to see that not just the cadets are doing the team killing tonight. It's everyone's invited to the team killing party. And there's Farn Redcoat, about to be very red-coated as he is dodging out of the way. Watch out, don't stand there. There's a guy pointing the gun right at you. Yeah. So that essentially was an opportunistic kill as we are watching remaining members of the teams making their way forward. So there's Major Spy, looking very dapper this evening. And there's Scruff being murdered. Ah, you see. Scruff gets team killed. See, that's what happens when you team kill somebody else. It affects your karma. And then you are dead. And Flea Circus gets murdered by a cadet. So the cadets are on form tonight. They are doing a great job of team killing most of the defenders. And you can see here there's Gut King who again gets killed by 65th. And we're looking at more cannons coming in from Slayer Boy. Poor old Space Badger captures a cannonball. We're looking at Bazza here from the 65th. Oh, look at that. Kills a cadet who wasn't paying attention. Look behind you. If there are people on the walls behind you, you need to know what's going on. As we're looking at more stabbing going on. Oh, Bazza then gets taken down. Massadeo. Lovely stab there with the bayonet. And let's see if we can... I think we're going to try and follow... Yeah, there's Massadeo. There we go. Another kill into Kamad Kit's Gen. God, what a name. And he then settles down to do his rearming. And getting in there ready to melee off. Whoops-a-daisy. Papa Smacks couldn't take it anymore. He'd run out of ammo. And he felt the urge to suicide off the side of the wall. So, a definite shout-out to Papa Smacks and his wall diving. As we watch members, there's Requiem in there as well. So he's in and he is doing a little bit of bayonet fun. Didn't do him any good as Donaldina takes him down with the bayonet. More French moving in. Another line making their way down. Let's have a look. So this is the 70E, another section of the 70E moving up to support them. As you can see, look at all that smoke out there. This is, I'm guessing, possibly another line. Let's see. It's going to be 65th, yeah. Duke Flo leading his troops forward. And unfortunately in a line, and they're running towards a cannon. Now, that cannon may have actually been... Ooh. May have actually been suppressed. So it's looking that way, that cannon has had to be not avoided, but abandoned, I think is the term. Now, there is rubberization on the other side of the wall as well, complete with this fella, English Beef, who appears to be resting. So, bad English Beef should be out there defending. You've also got Traxington in there as well, taking down French attackers as they've made their way up there. And, yeah, they're wondering when did they get help from the giant eagles. The only eagles you'll see in this battle are on top of the French flags. Now, there's Major Malekith, and he seems to be mysteriously alive. Now, so obviously there can't be a normal siege unless Malekith catches a cannonball in the face. So, who's this lone defender over here on the left? So there's Hammer Stout. Hello. And he is in there just taking pot shots at the French as they make their way up. And Malekith has actually killed somebody. Shock, horror, gulp, gasp. Look at that. Who would have believed it? So, there we go. He managed to stab somebody. Oh, Temerai. Oh, Temerai. The poor 4E. Oh, no. Oh, poor 4E. Coming a cropper thanks to the horrible, evil Temerai. So you can see him doing his thing. And you can just see cannonballs bouncing left, right and centre. Look at that. Another mortar comes in. So these mortar shells obviously explode. And sort of certain radius with what is equivalent of canister shots. So, you know, you can either be killed by the explosion or you can be killed by the shrapnel. Now, the problem is over here, as you see this line is making their way towards the foot. Oh, heavens. You see? What did I tell you? That's why you don't run towards a cannon. So that's where, on that side of the fort there, is where Temerai is. So if you run towards him in a line, that is what's going to happen, because Temerai has the patience. He knows to wait for the best shot and to maximise casualties, which is why he's sitting at 59-0. So if you guys want to know what it's like, or want to know how to play a good cannoneer, watch Temerai. Because it's it's as much about when you fire as when you don't. So he'll probably make a complete fool out of me now and then. I'm team killing someone, but that's not the point. So let's see. Who's this? Giovanni. Oh, Corporal Giovanni's trying to defend himself against loads of 77Y. Grenadier Scarface finally takes him out. And, see, now, maybe... Oh, dear, there we go. Thomas has redressed the balance, and Thomas has killed Malekith. Oh, lovely. Lovely stuff indeed. It is now officially a proper siege, as Mal has snuffed it. So, Thomas, I can only imagine what they're calling him in TeamSpeak as we are watching this battle. Now, this is good, because these guys have spread out. So, 70E playing it smart. Now, these guys... See? That's exactly what he was waiting for. That opportunity there, that is classic Temerai. And all you're doing is you're just giving him points. You're giving him score. And, you know, you just don't want to do that. Oh, dear. Oh, no! And see, he's trained the other guys pretty damn well as well. And they're just as opportunistic as the rest of them. So, across the Pelennor fields from Osgiliath, they are charging into the fort that remains, Minas Tirith. Obviously, they haven't made it up to the springboard. And now, obviously, for those of you who watch these videos on a regular basis, you've seen what Aztir's aim is like. So, oh no, that's Riki. Ah, Riki has replaced him. So, if Riki actually manages to kill somebody from there, I'll be quite impressed. So, let's see. Random burning buildings. Sticky rubber managing to kill people on the enemy side this time. Now, the trouble is, all they're waiting for now is to drop a mortar shell right in the middle. But the problem is that if for whatever reason you get it wrong, you kill all your defending team. So it's whether or not they decide to go for that. So there's Helghast moving in. A lot of meleeing going on. Gets taken down by Cadet Gut King with a nice melee stab. And you can see more people coming in. There's Bug's Feet. Or Bug Feet. Sorry. Apologies, Mr. Feet. And there's Bend Over Tree. Holding onto the Imperial Eagle. Oh dear. And making their way in towards the fort. So, until they can actually deal with this defensive team, they need to isolate that cannon. Get it out of the situation. Because this is the guy who is going to cause them all the damage. Now, you can see there's no enemy coming. So there's no reason for him to fire. But he sees enemy there. There we go, you see. A nice long line. And he only got 2 of them. But that is what it's about. That's what combination of good aim and patience. Wait for the opportunity. So you can see here the 4E making their way over. There's Taco Francis. Oh dear, Ulfrat Cass. Paul Marmont taking a few bullets. One of his teammates there has snuffed it. And more fire coming in. Oh no, the Swedish Viking has just shot Scarface. Oh dear me, never mind. Now, 2 minutes and 32 seconds left on the clock. Yeah, they're going to have a hard time. I don't think they're actually going to make it into the second wall, which is a shame. This is a hard map. This is a very hard map to fight on. Maybe less distance between the spawn. Bear in mind, boys and girls, this is an alpha of this map. So my thanks go to, obviously, map designer, who I believe is Aztir. And everything associated with that. Definitely lots of props to them. Oh, that's quite good. I have to say, Riki doing his Superman bit right on the edge. So there we go. There's Riki looking down. And the Riki now disappears. So there's Major Malekith ready to take the suicidal jump with 1 minute 43 seconds left on the clock. So there's Marksman Umbra. He is on the plank, so to speak. And there's Awesome 112 and Corporal JHS in there as well. And you don't really want to reach for those cartridges. That would hurt if you fell off. So, as you can see there, like ants over the proverbial... Oh, look at that. They're going for the unicorn, I think. Yep, big explosion behind the unicorn. So, it looks like what they're going to do is we could be looking at a potential 77Y lemming attack. So, we'll just have to wait and see. So, we're going to move down here to the flag area. And we're going to watch. So we'll follow the unicorn. So there's the unicorn, obviously. And we're just waiting for a situation. So you can see here. There is that section of the building being damaged. You can see the defenders up here. And splat. Awesome 112 with a nice landing. Only giving him a 6.5. Only giving him a 6.5 for that. There was no twists. There was no triple salcos or whatever the hell they call them. So we got 10 seconds left on the clock. And we could be talking about a mass lemming attack. Any seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. And there you have it, boys and girls. The Russians have managed to defend Minas Tirith, which is a sentence I never thought I'd hear myself saying. So, let's see. What's going on up here? Loads of people still snuffing it as we are climbing up the rock. Let's see. Aha, there we go. So there's Malekith there. And let's see. All the GG's being offered and the time is worn out, so it could be, is the plank destructible? That would be good. Put Mal out on the end of the plank and then destroy the plank. Would be slightly amusing. So you've got this fellow here. There's JHS. And there's obviously Mal watching the battle going on. And looking over to the side. So there we go. There are the boats. The men of the north. And let's see. So they're still attacking. So, not sure, but as you can see, that first inner wall is pretty badly damaged. I'm not sure if those, I think that might be from the Haradrim. I can't remember off the top of my head. So, those were the, all the rest of it. So, here we go. Yeah. The 70E clock. There we go. And Malekith suicides. Celebrationary suicide. And splat. And he only gets a... we'll give him a 2.1 for that. And we'll move on to the next round. So, here we are in the ruins of Osgiliath. But they've still managed to keep the church. Which I have to say is quite impressive that, you know, the church has remained open, even though the doors are well and truly shut. Little arrow hole there. Now, yeah, there's Murray on his way off to the cannon area. And there, of course, is Major Malekith in all his finery. His braid looking lovely, obviously. And here is the wonderful line. Oh, crikey, who's this? That's Long Socks. So he's going to be trying to move the cannon out, move it around, move it to a better location, possibly. And here is Aztir, soon to be Corpse Aztir, leading a line out. And you can see now what they're doing is they're breaking up their line in two directions. Now, let's see what happens, because this line here could come a cropper, being led by, of course, Captain Scruff, whose beard looks a little bit greyer than it did last week. Or last time, I should say. Now, here is, of course, the extremely large... Yeah. Now, the thing is, what I'm thinking is that this is very, very large mortar, but they haven't increased the size of the cannonballs to match. And away it goes. So it's going to rattle around, and any level of accuracy you're going to have there is not going to be that good. So Slayer Boy's on that, along with Father Jack. And over on the opposing side, we will have Dirty Morth and Parts. So I guess we're waiting for the evil that is Temerai to make his way over. Now, let's see. So you can see here on the right hand side of the fort, there's damage already. And this section here, the prow out on the right hand side, as well as this section, smoking a little bit already. So let's see. Where is the enemy? I really hope they're not lost inside the fort. That would be a tad embarrassing, as there are 83 Russians who could be... Ah, here we go. So here we are, looking at the Russians making their way. Yeah, apparently Major Joker is lost in the fort somewhere. So let's move in. There we go. So we're now looking at these guys making their way out. Here we go, through the keep here, from the main spawn area. So this would be this area around here, and then down. So we're just watching these guys as they make their way over there. And it's all looking funky doodle. So you can see moving out to the first wall. Now the trouble is, it means that because there's been a little bit of a delay. Oh, Papa Smack's killing English beef. Whoops-a-daisy. Now, you've obviously got the cannon over on the far left-hand side. Look at how much damage has been done to this wall and this area already. So, let's see who the cannoneers are. There is Napoleonic and obviously Corporal Dutch. So, there we go. Rebellisation has occurred on the far left-hand side. Now, these guys are going to have to be quick, because otherwise they'll pour down in here, open the gate, and then the floodgates will be open, and the 77Y pain train has left the station. So you can see them broken down into 3 sections. You have a section on the right, section coming down the middle as led by Scruff. This is the other section moving up as well, led by Lieutenant Gaz. And there is, of course, a nice shot there by Wonko into Hagman. And here is another section, there we go, led by Malekith. So you can see now they're moving in as various sections. And, oh, Malekith, there we go. There we go, Malekith. Capturing a cannonball. Yeah, so there we go. That's a standard siege has occurred. So congratulations, Malekith, on continuing your unbridled run of capturing cannonballs with your face. And we move in and have a look at the Russians now trying to defend this pouring of French into the area. Here we go. This, no doubt, let's have a look. See who this is. The 65th lining up on the wall, pouring fire into the French enemy as they decide to get in. There we go. There we go. The gate has been raised. The gate is up. That's going to be a major problem for them. Or at least for my observer cam it's going to be. So there we go. That's like a reverse portcullis, which is rather nice. So that gate is now open. It means that they can avoid that area. They can pour in through here unless somebody managed to shut the gate in their face. Demon Dan taking down multiple enemies with a lovely cannon shot. And you can see here Cadet Tea Time, who is obviously making his way to hide back behind the defences and the support of his teammates. Got to make sure he stays low so he doesn't catch a bullet. And who's in there? There's Cadet the Quick One. He's showing off his melee skills. Let's see how well he does against multiple Russians. Not very well, because one of them shot him. How is he supposed to show off his awesome melee skills if they start shooting at him? I mean, that's just not cricket. Poor Cadet the Quick One. Never mind. So you can see here. Oh, there's a Superman in the making. And another one there. Poor old Cadet Romanov. So here is the line. There we go. Rebellisation on the far right-hand side. Now, what we could be talking about these guys doing is going in on the far right-hand side and just avoiding that lot. Making a run down the wall. Now, who is this poor sod who's defending the wall? That was Death Rocky. Now, these two advanced scouts. There's Abercrampy, who appears to be lost. And Big Bro Twilly. So, at the next wall, Bear left. So, Gamer managing to catch a lovely cannonball from Demon Dan. And yet, as expected, here they come. Oh dear, poor old Bendover. Got well and truly bent over and done a nasty, as PFC Joe is now trying to catch this French contingent who are making their run up the wall here. They will be going for the stairs at the back. Now, the advantage is that there's no grenades or anything like that, but they will be able to take control of the fort possibly from here. So that's essentially what they're going to be looking to do. So let's see who's leading. That's Abercrampy leading the charge of this French contingent. Who is in command? Yep, it's Malekith. So if there's an underhand and sneaky way to do something, you can pretty much guarantee Malekith will be there, involved in it somehow. If not leading it, then definitely, you know, doing the catering. So anyway, we're watching as these guys are making their way up. So obviously the trouble is there's no Russians in this area. Now, it looks like they're going to try and take out these cannons here. So you can see here. There we go. So Death Rocky moving over to try and support. Will Z also. And there's Dutch. Now, Dutch, unfortunately, has not looked behind him for what is essentially a large amount of French people coming in the direction. Lovely shot there by Bartor. Death Rocky taking down English Beef. And let's move over here to find out what's going on. This is the other mortar that is not being used at the moment. And we shall just have to wait and see. So we'll move through the large rock as we are watching here. Russians moving to try and defend against this flood of French people. Now, yep, as expected, we're going up to the one of the inner walls. Yep, they've literally bypassed. Yeah. If ever you wanted if ever you wanted like a simple representation of the tactics of Malekith, this is it basically. Avoid the enemy and sneak in and nick the flag from behind the enemy. And there we go. Oh, look at that. Nice glowing thing. So there we go. That's the throne for the King of Gondor, and that's where the steward sits, as he is not actually the king. And who is this lone defender? Artemis Phillip taking down Scruff. What a wonderful shot. Poor old Scruff. But it looks like the Russians are now moving in. So the 70E are now moving in. And yeah, it's looking like they're going to go in there and do what they can. Napoleon's getting in there, as well as this contingent of French people are not having a good day of it. We're looking at Draugr there. Astir getting shot by Bug's feet. And let's see. Who's that man standing? Is that... Oh. Who is this man? Damascus. There's somebody who's going to try and sit on the throne of Gondor, but no. Damascus will not allow it. No sitting on that throne. And he dies for the cause. So there we go. That was a very, very quick and nasty ninja attempt to get the flag. Now, that's what you got to watch for. That's the kind of sneaky, underhand, bar stewardess type stuff that the 77Y, led by Malekith, will obviously get up to. So, aha. Hello. Hamliha. Now, if you look at the back here, all these guys, they're all fighting, they're defending. So look, they're all defending, and that'll be Temurai bringing up a cannon. So Temurai can't get close enough with a cannon, so he wants to try and bring his cannon in even closer. So there's Thomas, and attention, this cannon is reversing. This cannon is reversing. So you can see Thomas proving himself adept at controlling cannons. And we'll now move up to here. As, oh, see people disconnecting. So, oh dear. Watch out behind you. Watch out behind you. Yep, fire. Oh, and missed. This is going to be a fight on... Oh, look at this. He's backing off. This is going to be a fight on the thing. Oh, there we go. And a stab. So, Cadet the quick one with a successful stab on the plank. And then didn't even have the decency to jump off and suicide. So, that would have been quite amusing. So, we're just waiting for the quick one to decide what to do. The body has now disappeared. In the meantime... let us move into the main building that holds the flag. Now, the Russians obviously have twigged what's going on, and they have now moved up to defend that area. So, yeah, that's what you call a serious defence. So there's 37th Colonel Barbs, 65th, 4E. Yeah, they're defending the throne of Gondor from these horrible French orcs. And you can see, oh, there we go, and they've nicked the tricolour. Giovanni has managed to steal that flag, and they are now waiting for these boys here. Yep, the 77Y, they will be on their way shortly. So, you've got a couple of people, very sneaky, Major Joker, and who has now, this guy here, the Fusilier, the old one, Max, who has just marked out the location of his commanding officer with a flag. Always helpful. And there's the tainted turnip waiting patiently. Waiting for an opportunity. Now, it looks like moving up. Going to take a pot shot. And he fails. That's what you love about the weapons of this era. They are so inaccurate. You could not hit a barn door from 10 paces away. Now, a few of these guys peel off and go after the Russians on the wall. The remaining English, so there's, French I should say, there's Malekith who's taking a slightly different route to what occurred previously. Scruff manages to catch a bullet. Congratulations. There we go, see? That's why. Good placement. Good placement indeed by the 70E, although perhaps not for him. So you can see now these guys are in this defended bunkered area, so to speak. And they are trying to take out as many of the 77Y as they make their way up here. Now the problem is that they are running quite slowly because this is a steep step to get up. But a reasonable number of the 77Y have survived in this battle on the fort walls. And poor old Cadet H.E. Pennypacker, great name. And yeah, that didn't go well. What's going on here? There's Marksman, Mr. Blue, and there's German Democracy. Oh, and German Democracy missed. Unlucky German. And who's the other person? Ah, Mr. Doombringer, no less. So we shall watch the Bringer of Doom shoot at the rocks and then decide to go back in the opposite direction. So Monsieur Bringer is making his way away. So here's the 70E who are defending this stairwell. And a wonderful job they're doing of it too. Now, let's move over this inner second fort wall. Find out what's going on. So obviously that mortar has now been neutralised. Whee! The Stoker. Oh dear. So there's Hamlin there with a lovely triple Talco dive off the top of the Minas Tirith area. The rock. He got his rocks off. Ha ha! Yeah, okay. Now, what they've done is they've brought in Long Socks with his ability to use. Now, what they're going to do, yeah, I'm pretty sure that was what they're going to do. They're going to try and hit the defenders with lots of explosions. Now, you can see here now what's happened is they're now trying to rubberise this wall here. Maybe knock this wall down in towards the spawn. Let's see what's going on over here. So, another Frenchman. More Frenchmen moving their way in, trying to deal with this lovely wooden fort area. Look at this. This is fantastic. Look at that. The design is beautiful. So there's green pills in there, waiting for an opportunity to take a pot shot at the enemy. You've now got most of the Russian team moving up to the inner keep. So this is the second wall here. Long Socks taking out members of the 60th and 65th. Yeah, this is where it's all going to happen. And somebody on his way to pick up the flag. So that's Svensken from the 70E. Maybe he's going to go and try and jump off there for shits and giggles. Or is he going to pick up the tricolor? I think he's going to... Yeah, it looks like he's going to pick up the flag, I'm guessing. Or not. Oh dear. Splat. So, you can see these guys attacking this area. So poor Hackblock unfortunately gets killed. And we're moving up to the inner keep to find out what's going on. Because this is where the core of the defense is for the Russian side. Now 12 minutes and 22 seconds left on the clock. Here we go. This is where the pain train from the 77Y is moving. Charlie the Turtle, quad kill with the bayonet. Charlie the Turtle is on fire, or at least for the time being. There's Cadet the Quick One. We shall watch the Quick One, and let's watch Charlie the Turtle. Oh no, it's the curse of the commentator again. As soon as I decide to watch Charlie the Turtle, he gets massacred. So poor old Charlie. These things happen. These things happen. And we've even got a guy in here, a Corporal Oakenshield. So, for those of you who don't know, that's actually a dwarven name. Thorin Oakenshield. Look it up. So, there's Lieutenant Gamer. There is the late Lieutenant Gamer. And here's Cadet Sean from the 77Y, who appears to be all on his lonesome. And over here, we have Mr. Temerai and Murray. So these guys sort themselves out. And they're going to be, so you can see, look, that's an impressive crater. They are trying to put some explosives up into this area. Now, it looks like somebody's surrendered already. Who is that person who's surrendering? There we go. Lord Mitt has surrendered. And he goes flying. And he lands badly. So there we go. Lord Mitt has successfully suicided. Couldn't take it anymore off the top. And surrendered while airborne. Which is quite impressive, I have to say. So, there we go. We've also got the Warlord. They're moving the flags out there. And we shall follow. There's Troll in there as well. So you can see they're defending this section here. Lots of nice long step sequence there. Going down. You can see a few members of the 77Y sneaking around that area. See how many is around here. So that's Rush, who's decided to surrender already, which is obviously a good thing. And then, that's interesting. So Rush is surrendering and being used as bait by Mr. Blue, who is now running in the opposite direction. So, there we go. Gets out his bayonet. So we'll watch Rush and see how he gets on. As, yeah, he's waiting for an opportunity. Does not want to stab his teammate. As he's waiting for that opportunity to go in. When the enemy overreaches themselves, he can go in for a quick, evil stab. Yeah, he's going to take the time to reload. There we go. That was nice. And unfortunately, this is less nice as the Rush decides to cheese it, or Mr. Blue saw what was coming and cheesed it and left poor old Rush behind. Poor Rush. So there's Jeppe Helte. Or Jeppe Helt. Let's see. There's Mr. Blue. Oh, waiting for an opportunity. And let's see. Those doors have been well and truly flattened. And let's see what's going on. Yeah, more Frenchmen. Who's up the stairs? So Radwell. Making his way up the stairwell of death. The most dangerous stairwell in the world. Well, in Middle-earth, technically, but yeah, you know what I'm saying. Anyway. Big Bro Twilly, no. Killed by Giles, nay. Nay, nay, and thrice nay. And you can see now, the trouble is these guys here are pinned down. So hopefully, more of the 77Y can come in, and they can overwhelm them with sheer weight of numbers. So there's Cadet Sean, Marksman Damascus, Cadet Benedict. Who's this fellow? There's Romanov in there as well. And there's German Democracy. Yay! So, this is all being defended by the 4E and the 70E. So this is a pretty serious defence going on. Now the trouble is, they've got no way of getting round there at the moment. They could try and sneak up here. However, there's not really a way that... Or they could possibly get in here. I don't know. But they would have to make their way in over there. But then that wall has blocked them. So, yeah, their options are limited as to where they can go. So if you want to know where the trolls have gone, just look on the game for Aztir and you'll find him. So here we go. This is 65th defending this long stairwell. From members of the 77Y. And Major Malekith has just killed Sergeant Giles Ney. And let's see if we can move out here. So this is where the battle is occurring. There's Malekith obviously in there. So he's taking cover and trying to get out of the way of the enemy. and hiding behind here because they're not looking down here, so he's looking for a safe area where he's not going to come under any fire. So right down here at the moment is not a good place to be. So here's Colonel Barbs. Looks like the Russians now moved down. Now the thing is, what they could do is, because they've got the advantage of height, they could move down as a single force. Look at all of these guys. Look at them all. Look at this. This is fantastic. So, Malekith's still in there. Ekmel there holding on to the flag, the Imperial Eagle. And Malekith obviously forming a plan. Forming a plan for battle and evil. So he's waiting for an opportunity. Probably going to see how many people are coming. There are no reinforcements. Correction. There are some reinforcements coming. Let's have a look. So, yeah, reasonable reinforcements of the French coming. 2 of them being taken down as they even get there. So you can see Aztir successfully snuffing it almost immediately, which is kind of, yeah, that's like Aztir's trademark. And we're looking at, yeah, these guys have got a problem because they're pinned down now. And they can't really get out of there. As soon as somebody notices if they can get over the wall, they'll start firing down from this wall, or possibly from over here. Now, whether or not they can fire from over here, let's have a look. No, they may not be able to see them enough. Or they may not be able to fire through this fence. But it looks like Oh, what's this? Sir Onolot, that's interesting. That's very interesting. And he missed. No, I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say that. I refuse to. I refuse to. No, I'm not going to speak German. Oh dear. The flag holder was dead. And Malekith is going to place the tricolour in a safe location, hopefully. As Private Token catches a bullet. Now, what's this? This is Jeppe Helt. And more reinforcements. Yay. French reinforcements are arriving. They're corralling down the bottom. Lieutenant Gaz leading the reinforcements up the stair of death. And another section here as well. See, look, taking a few shots here and there. There, of course, is Mr. Rubber. The rubberized one himself. He is making his way to nowhere at all. Oh, here we go. So he was distracted by something shiny. So let's see. It looks like they decided to wait, possibly for sheer weight of numbers. Yep, there we go. Look at this. They are going up that shallow edge here, trying to do some kind of stab as what they can. Looks like, there we go, sheer weight of numbers. This is what I was waiting for. The 77Y pain train. These guys who are on the wall are going to have to rotate and move round. The trouble is, these guys are unfortunately moving quite slowly. There's going to be a few team kills in there as they go in for the melee charge. There we go. And look at this. The Russians are now moving back. They, if I'm right in thinking, this will be the 4E. No, the 70E. So they are forming a last line of defence against the French attackers. Look at this. You come in through this door and blammo. But the trouble is, they're only going to get one chance to fire. As my mouse decides to crap out. And... oh! Oh! Oh, glorious, glorious stuff. The Swedish Viking has just killed one of his teammates, Benedict. So you can see lots of people getting killed. The Swedish Viking then gets killed by Wonko. Punishment, obviously, for his team killing. So there we go. Now they're charging out of the building. And they're going after the French as the French come up from the stairwell. Unfortunately, at a little bit of a slow speed. They are coming up, but they're now coming up in dribs and drabs. They really need to come in force because of the number of Russians up on this main building outdoes them. So Poppleton and Roster Rostafaril, or Rostafari 11, unfortunately being stabbed to death. And we are seeing, yeah, Requiem saying he held the stairs for a minute. Yeah, that's pretty much about standard. So there's Myth there. Whoops a daisy. Who's that who just fell off? That was Romanov, who just managed to fall off the stairs, unfortunately. Now, let's see. They're waiting for the likes of... Okay, they're not waiting for Thomas. Let's see. Oh, goodness. Look at all these rifles and guns and everything all dropped here. As Riki is now trying to get up the stairs without dying, which will be quite an accomplishment. Gets in, goes in for the melee, and then gets shot in the side of the face. So, we're looking at 1 minute and 7 seconds left on the clock, as this could be the final push of the French army into Minas Tirith. And Aztir dies. There we go. And Temurai gets shot. Wow. So poor old Temurai there won't be top of the scores, as we are watching the French reinforcements moving in with Mark Siri there. And flag holder Radwell looking very determined. And let's see who the other flag holder is. Let's see. There's Ekmel. Another gentleman looking determined and proud to carry the... Oh dear. Awesome 112. Oh dear. Father Jack lies beside him for courtesy of a bullet. Accurate fire coming in. He's not really doing much except lying down on the job. And Aztir threatening to abuse his admin powers. Now, this is interesting. The Russian team have now moved down closer to this stairwell of death, and they are doing a great job. So now, essentially, because these guys cannot move very fast, they are doing what they need to do in order to take out the French reinforcements. Oh dear. So this is looking pretty good from the French side, as you've got loads of stabbiness going in there, as Draugr there takes down Invitation of Shandy. Who doesn't enjoy it? Who doesn't enjoy an Invitation of Shandy? And the Russians have successfully defended the fort. So there we have it. Let's see if we have a fun round. So this is the fun round. So somebody's saying, please watch from above. So they want me to, they think it'll be epic, and it's like, no, I'd rather stab you. But, you know, that's fair. That's fair. Can't argue with that. So, let's see. To be honest, oh, for God's sake. How hard is it for people to navigate through a door? This does not bode well for the forthcoming battle, when my army can't even make it through a sodding door. Thank you. Oh, for God's sake, now they're bugged. Ugh. Ah, there we go. We broke the door down. Thank you. Thank you, Matthew, from the 70E, for your epic door skills. So, let's see. We're making our way down. Yeah, you're going to bet they'll have Nazgul and elephants. So let's get up on here. Let's see. I could have done with one of the pokey sticks rather than the slicey one, but never mind. It would give me the option. So obviously I am merely a... Aha! Aha! Hello. So... Let's see what's going on as we are moving over. Let's see. Aha, so this will be the infantry square. Thank you. So, form yourself into a square, fellows. There is the Rahirim. So I'm in with the 70E. Because these guys know how to make a square, even though it's not a square. So, oh God, here we go. So, as you can see, victory or death. Most of them seem to have chosen death. Just get out there. Come on. Oh God, it's Mac. What? No! Damn it, they've frozen me. Oh, I can see. Oh, look at that. A couple of fine fellows who are defending me. What? Oh God. Oh, he's gonna teleport me out in front of everyone. Just know it. Ah, Serge looking to defend me. What a gentleman. Oh God. Here they come. Here come the Rahirim. With Serge looking to defend me. Yep, here they come. This is not going to go well. Unto glory or death. Holy crap, look at that. No! He's unfrozen me! Die! Ah! Get off me, you buggers! Aha, hello. Come back, you sods. Heal me. Ah, damn it. Not Charlie the Turtle. Oh, nuts. These damn turtles. First it was drugged up turtle and then it was Charlie the Turtle. So, we're going to be the French. Cavalry. Let's see. Let's be a dragoon. No, let's be a lancer. And let's trumpet. There we go. This is fantastic. Let's find a good one. Copy that one. So yeah, I bet Aztir is on an admin horse. Come on, assemble the men. God, don't these guys look fantastic. Look at them. I'll find out. Find out if they want me to lead the charge. Okay. Come on, fellas. Let's go, fellas. Jump! Brilliant, love it. Charging into certain death. Oh no! No! Get off me! No! Oh, I got one! I got one! Ah, damn it. Clippity clop! Clippity clop! You have to debrief. Thank you, definite thank you to Joker for hosting. Farm Redcoat kicking most of the 4E. Love it. Let's get in there, as at least we have managed to survive most of it. So, there we go. Good stuff. We did make it in, and that is the fun round. That is the siege round, boys and girls. That is it for this evening. And we would like to thank you.